Hello guys, and today I'm going to talk to you about a woman that broke the glass ceiling last week. No, don't worry, she's not a vandal, okay? For those who are learning English, often we talk about people breaking the glass ceiling as an idiom, okay? It doesn't mean they've literally broken a glass ceiling. It means they have achieved something that nobody else has achieved, usually from their race or gender. Okay? For example, when Margaret Thatcher became our Prime Minister, she broke the glass ceiling by becoming the first female Prime Minister of Britain. Okay? Before then, it was seen as something that women were not able to achieve. Some people thought it was because women just hadn't got the ability to do it. I'm just showing my bubble head a bit better, don't worry. It's okay. And others, I'm just doing that so you can see the bubble, okay? For those that want to see me looking like Santa, okay? So for some, okay, we're getting back to Margaret Thatcher anyway. So she broke the glass ceiling, proving that women could actually lead the country, okay? And last week, the glass ceiling was broken by another woman, okay? Now, she broke the glass ceiling in a sporting event and was the first time a woman had ever won a match at the World Championships, at the General World Championships, okay? In this particular sport. Now, I'm aware they've had international sports for women, international versions for women, I believe, where there's a women's only tournament, but she took part in what is traditionally the men's tournament, okay? Competing against men, okay? And this was when history happened.
Fallon, you require 36.
So we're on the edge of history. 36 left for Fallon Sherrock.
Game, shot.
And Fallon Sherrock smashes the glass ceiling and wins at the World Darts Championship. The first woman to beat a man at the World Darts Championship. Fallon Sherrock is that woman on the 17th of December 2019. She defeats Ted Evans to write her name into the history books.
Okay, so you're probably disappointed, you probably think, so what? But maybe it was just a fluke. Maybe the guy just had an off day. Well, she then went on to meet her next opponent and beat him as well. Now, this World Championship is still taking place. She's only won 2 matches so far, but she's still in the tournament. Will she win the entire tournament? Nobody knows. But as I said, this has actually made world news. It has been in the press in America and in Australia, for example, and may have been in other countries as well. I do not know. Okay? But there you go, guys. You have just seen the glass ceiling smashed. Now, in fairness, she's not the first woman to beat a man in this sport on the television. That happened, I believe, many years ago. But it was only in a nationwide tournament and not a serious world event. Well, it may have been serious, but it wasn't a world event, okay? So, there you go, guys. You have seen a woman beat a man in a world championship aimed where where virtually all the all the participants are men. Okay? I'm aware women do take part in the sport, but usually they have their own tournaments, which they usually take part in, okay? And this is the first time a woman has won against a man at the World Championships, okay? So there you go, guys. But the question is, should anybody care? I mean, why are people putting so much fuss over this? Why has this woman become a celebrity? I mean, she's now, after doing this, she appeared on, TV shows, and after winning just one match, she appeared on TV shows and things like that, as some sort of celebrity over here. But you have to ask, why do we even perceive it in this way? Why should it matter whether she's a man or a woman? She's just a person. If a man had won, would anybody have taken any notice? Not really. It was the first round, which to use the first match of the tournament, okay? Well, it's not the exact first match of the tournament, it's the first level, if you like. Okay? So she's booked the very first level on her route to winning the tournament, if she does win, okay? And, if she'd been the first gingerhead person, would there have been a lot of media fuss over it? No. If she'd been the first blonde person to win? No. If she'd been the first black person, would it have been different? Maybe, I don't know. But maybe they may not have wanted to kick up a fuss about it because it may have appeared racist if they had. But because she's the first woman to do this, there's a lot of media frenzy about it, and she's now a minor celebrity at the moment, and everybody wants her to win the whole thing, just to prove that a woman could win the whole thing. Should we look at this in gender in this way? After all, is it really an achievement being born a man or a woman? This particular sport doesn't require a lot of physical strength. It's not a sport where she's competing with men in a sport where physical strength is an advantage in that sport. There is no physical advantage to being physically strong or being physically weak in her sport. So, the question is, why should we care? Perhaps one day we won't care. Perhaps one day men and women will be so equal in this particular sport and others that people will not care whether a man or a woman wins. It will be just like the Eurovision, where every year men and women take part in a singing contest and nobody cares whether a man or a woman wins. It's just as, or even a group. It's equal, and a man is just as likely to win the contest as a woman. It doesn't make any difference. Maybe one day sport will be like that for many sports. Maybe one day women will start getting better and better, and they'll start competing against men and beating them sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. Okay? After all, it would be better if it was fairly even, where sometimes a man wins, sometimes a woman wins, and it was fairly even. Okay? But there you go, guys. That is sporting history for you guys, made in Britain, okay? You probably watch this and think, was that it? And you're right. But there you go. That is the story of a woman breaking the glass ceiling in sport last week. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.